Hello, beautiful seekers. This is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we've got a different setting now. I have this new bracket to hold the phone so that you can get a better look at the cards, but it's a little shaky and I may take one or two readings before I'm completely comfortable with it. So I hope you'll understand. All right. Well, I know 14 days are already over to the month, but better late than never. Happy Pride Month. And this Rainbow Runner is in your honor. All right. Today's reading is going to be a different pick a card reading. I haven't done one like this before. I stumbled upon it and I thought it was extremely interesting. It's about love languages. All right. Now, Gary Chapman wrote this book called The 5 Love Languages, how to express heartfelt commitment to your mate. All right. Now, in this, he basically talks about the 5 love languages, which are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. I found this extremely interesting, and I thought doing a reading of this would be very beneficial to all of us out there who are in relationships, who are going to begin relationships, or who are already in age-old relationships, but there's arguments and maybe a few of them can be ironed out. Now, what he says is that every individual has a primary love language and a secondary love language. And when two people come in contact with each other, they may or may not share the same love language. For example, suppose your partner has the love language of, say, acts of service, right? For them, showing love comes out of doing something for you. For example, if they help you with, the dishes, or take care of the kids, or anything, and it could play both ways. This is not gender specific. Whichever way it is, they believe that carrying out and doing an act of kindness is the way that they show love. Now, if the person who's on the receiving end of this form of love does not actually accept that as a love language, for example, if the other person in the relationship wants words of affirmation, they want to say you're looking lovely today, they want to hear I love you often, and for them that is what love is all about. So if someone's actually helping you say iron your clothes or mow the lawn or something, and you just think it's another job for the house because you don't see that as a thing of appreciation, because you feel that you're doing so much for the house as well, so what's the big deal? Now, when two people with total different love languages come together, then there's bound to be a lot of argument, because you don't really understand when the other person is showing their affection, and you start feeling you're not appreciated. And the person who's doing that for you feels that I'm doing so much and there's no appreciation in return, right? So it's worth your while to actually think about it. So, as I said, I'll go over them again. The 5 love languages are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts. Receiving meaning giving and receiving. Now, here let me tell you another thing. Now, if a person shows love to you in a certain way, they do it because they want to receive love in the same manner, right? So, if I give you gifts to show my affection for you, it means that I would also like to receive gifts from you to confirm that you feel the same kind of love and affection for me. However, for you physical touch is more important, and I'm giving you a gift and in return you give me a hug, and there's no gift coming, I might feel that, well, you're not so much into me, right? So these are the things that you have to keep in mind. So as I was saying, words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving and giving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. All right. So with that as your background, here are 3 piles for you. Pile number 1, which is my latest deck. It's the Universal Weight Tarot. Pile number 2, the Ethereal Visions Tarot. Pile number 3, the Mystic Mondays Tarot. I'll give you a moment, take a deep breath, relax, pause the video if you'd like to, and whichever pile you're instinctively drawn to, that is your pile. Now, at the once the reading is done, I'm going to take out 3 cards. I'll explain to you as we get along, all right? So let's begin with pile number 1. Those who chose the Universal Weight Tarot, all right? I'll lay out your cards, then I'll explain things to you, and at the end we'll take out 3 advice cards from the Spirit Animal Oracle, 1 advice card for the person on your mind, 1 advice card for you, and 1 for the both of you, all right? So keep the person on your mind who you've come to this reading for, picture them in your mind, and let's dive right in. We begin with the 5 of Swords. This is their energy, okay? How they would like to receive love. You get the World. This is how you would like to receive love. You get the Devil. I'll just lay down the cards before I explain it to you. The 8 of Cups. The Empress. The 6 of Swords. The 2 of Swords. The 3 of Cups. Temperance. The Moon. And the Queen of Pentacles. All right, pile number 1. All the cards are inside here. Let's move this out for now. Yes. The way in which your partner receives love. Well, with the 5 of Swords here, it is air energy, right? So they are the kind of people who like to engage in little debates, and if they can pull your leg, or maybe sarcasm, they use a bit of sarcasm, or dry humor. This is all the way they are expressing to you that they are comfortable with you, all right? And in all likelihood, their love language would be more of words of affirmation and quality time. They would like to spend time wherein your minds are engaged. Okay, this is a air sign energy, wherein it's not just about holding hands and whispering sweet nothings, but it's about a healthy debate about something, even arguments, which are healthy discussions. This can actually be a very strong love language for the person on your mind. All right, it's possible that you've come here looking with a air sign on your mind. Now, your love language, you get the World card, pile number 1. Now here, before I go ahead with the reading, in case you find that you resonate more with this side than this, then you can always switch, all right? But for the convenience of the reading, I am going to say this is your person and this is you. If you feel the need to switch it, you can. Now, this is for you. In all likelihood, you might either be a Leo, a Taurus, Aquarius, or which is the one I'm leaving out, or a Scorpio, all right? So it's likely that you are a fixed sign, and your love language would possibly be things which you like to talk about the past. Acts of service could be one of your major what do you call love language, as well as um, which is the other one, physical touch. These are the two which are very important love languages for you, for the fixed signs out here. All right, so this could um, be your love language, that you need a lot of physical touch as well as acts of service. All right, so now how can they understand your needs to be able to help them get to know you better? How can, and then for that you get the devil energy. So the devil usually is about addictions. It's also a lot about the need for pleasure, right? So they have to understand that you are a fixed sign, and for you physical touch is extremely important, and just having discussions doesn't really make you feel loved. You may like it for some to some extent, but it really you might get into whatever discussion, maybe after some time you get riled with it, and what you need is physical touch. You need to be you need a hug or a peck on the cheek while you're doing something, and that possibly makes you feel better, and this is something that they have to work on. All right, and for you, what do you get? How will you be able to understand them better? You get the Eight of Cups. Now, Eight of Cups traditionally is a person walking away in search of the other two cups, right? In this case, what it tells me is that the person on your mind is someone who likes their independence. So every once in a while, you need to step back and not be all over them, because that's one of the best ways that you can show love, is to give them the freedom that they need. All right. And now, how can they deal with their own requirements in this relationship? All right, so they get the Empress. Now the Empress is the epitome of everything: fertility, abundance, beauty, anything that you can think of. It's typically Taurus or Libra energy, right? So how can they work on their love language? So it just says this more of, now they are a very cerebral person with this air energy here, but what they need to show is more physical. Maybe they can along with satisfying your need for physical touch, they can also possibly buy you a few gifts to be able to bridge this gap between your love languages. And what can you do to work on yourself? You get the Six of Swords. Again, the Six of Swords is moving into calmer waters. This is again sword energy, which is air energy. So what you need to know about your love languages, maybe you're coming on too strong with your need for physical attachment, and for you may need a lot more time with them, and perhaps while they need that time only to discuss, maybe they might find you a little clingy. Okay, so for you, this is something that you need to keep in mind, that maybe you need to think about what they need a little more, in the sense that you might like to cool off a bit and not come on too strong. All right. Now, this is a common card for both of you, that what do you both need to be conscious about while dealing with one another? And you get the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is a card of indecision. All right. Now this lady is actually, she's knows what the decision is, because this is her own choice, that she's got her eyes covered and the swords before her. No one's tied her up, or there's no one holding her there. She's sitting like this by choice, because she doesn't want to make a decision right now. So what you both need to be aware of is that it's possible that you don't really understand each other's love language at all. Maybe there is a lot of, there are times when both of you just get stubborn about something, because you don't see what the other person's point of view is. So what you are being guided to do is to actually remove that blindfold, keep those swords down, and be a little open to, now that you know about these love languages, try and see how the other person is, what the other person is doing, all right, and what they are doing for you as an act of love is the way that they want to receive it. So if you find that, they ask you to come and sit down, maybe over wine or over tea, and want to talk to you about something, and bring up some conversation for discussion, before you can just shoo them away and say that, oh God, not again. You just think about it. Maybe this is what they want. They want you to be a little more forthcoming, and or if they are doing their own thing and you want to do something at that time, maybe you'll just stop before telling them to give up what they're doing and sit with you. You just give them a break and just perhaps ask them, when is it that you're going to be free, because I'd like to sit with you for a while. Or you can express your needs that way. And the same thing goes for them, is that when you feel that need, they should be able to keep what they're doing aside also once in a while and ask what you want. And if you are the kind of person who likes a lot of cuddling, then they should be able to see that, because when they see that you give them a hug inadvertently, they are supposed to see that if you are doing that, it's because you want that in return. And this is what you both have got to stop being stubborn and stop saying that I am this way and that's it. No, you've got to, when you want a relationship and you want to have something together, then that is the compromise that you need to make. And it's so much better if you come to know what the other person wants. It makes your life so much easier and so much simpler. So something that they can do to express their love better, and they get the 3 of Cups. So not just discussion and everything serious. If they can take you out to wine and dine you, and meet with people perhaps, so that way they can meet a lot of people and have their needs of vocalizing what they feel met. At the same time, you get to meet people, and there's a lightheartedness in your relationship with this. And something that you need to do to express your wants and needs to them, you get the Temperance card. So you need more balance. All right, Temperance is all about balance. So you know that you need physical touch, but then you also should be able to realize that you have to try and understand that everyone is not as comfortable with being so close and wanting to share everything and be so close at all times. So you've got to give people space. Maybe you're the kind of person who likes to do things together every time, and maybe you find your partner is not there with you half the time. So this is something that you can speak about. This is when you get these cards, it's about being open with one another. Unless you let them know what you want, how will they know? So you can actually sit down and have that conversation and tell them, and then both of you decide, where you can compromise a little more, and consciously do so. And how can they be more open to receiving love? And they get the Moon. Now the Moon is the card of confusion, but in this case it's the card of intuition. If they spend some time away from being with the air element, they may be spending a lot of time on books, on their social media, on their phone, gadgets, which give them a lot of knowledge. So if they can keep that away for some time and actually intuitively try to understand you, then this would really help them not only in giving more love, but also receiving your love. All right? You are more intuitive than they are. I get a feeling you are either an earth sign or a water sign, while they can be an air sign mostly. Yeah, I don't see fire here, but yes. Okay, and how can you be more open to receiving love? You get the Queen of Pentacles. This is the housewife card. I'm not talking about genders here, it's just the energy. All right, she is a beautiful queen. She's a wonderful provider. She's very stable. So what you can do is to, be a little more understanding, because you seem to be the more mature one in this relationship, right? So it's not about putting down your needs or not expressing them. Express them, but be a little patient, because this person's going to take time to come around, and this person seems to be the kind who needs a lot of freedom within the relationship. All right, so let's take advice for the two of you and your connection. 3 shuffles, and I'll take out 3 cards. Did I do 3? This is 1 card for your person. Oh, that's okay. And 1 for you, and 1 for your connection. All right. So they get, watch your words. Wow. All right. So as I said, they are somebody who's got dry humor. So maybe there is a time where they step the line and they say things that you perhaps don't find very funny. So then this you have to articulate and let them know, because they might find it amusing. That may not be how you take it, right? For you, you get chameleon spirit, act as if. All right. So in this, it basically means, you got to, but I don't actually believe, this is actually to fake it till you make it. But I don't seem to agree with this as much. So I'd like you to take this as, since you are the kind of person who likes physical touch, it may come across as though you are extremely needy to this person. I'm not saying that you are, pile number 1, but your person might find you needy because their love language is totally different. So you can play it cool is what this advice is for some time. But I feel if it's a committed relationship and it is going to be for the long haul, there's no point in carrying on this cold, I don't need you behavior, because it doesn't serve your purpose at all. So maybe you can try it once and try and, just pull back a bit, but you need to be honest about it with your partner and tell them your needs. All right. And for both of you, you get the peacock spirit, let it shine. So this is a beautiful message saying that both of you are unique in your own way. And when you get into a relationship, it's not about one person shining and the other person taking a back seat. No, it is about both of you embracing each other with your uniqueness, trying to understand each other, and your love language is better so that you can work your way forward. It is not about diminishing anyone's life. Both of you are here to shine. All right. So discuss your needs and come to a happy compromise between this kind of energy of wanting some freedom, of using words and discussions a little more than physical touch, and a little more closeness, cuddliness. So you have to come to a happy compromise. Now for whoever is the feminine energy or operating from their feminine side, they are more intuitive. They get subtle hints. For those who are operating from the masculine side, they usually don't get hints. And if you find that you're giving certain hints to your partner, you are compromising and adjusting, looking at their love language, but you find that it is not being reciprocated, then you've got to say it as it is. Because I have seen this in a large number of cases when subtle hints are never taken by masculine energy. And when in my case I'm talking about gender, but it is a fact that usually those who are operating from the masculine side are not very good at taking subtle hints. So if you find that you're giving a number of hints and they're not getting the hint, then you need to have that discussion, and that's something they like. So have that discussion and just say it in so many words that yes, I understand your need for this, and I understand for your need for freedom, but I feel if there's too much freedom and there's not enough physical affection and there's not enough time that we give one another, I feel left out in this relationship, and I don't feel loved enough. And sometimes you've got to say it point blank as it is, because some people just don't get the message otherwise. All right, so that's all I have for you, pile number 1. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, please do let me know in the comments, and do like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you like such readings, please let me know so that I can come up with things like this for you in the future. And with that, we come to pile number 2. Those who chose the ethereal visions, this is your reading. I'll lay down the cards for you first and I'll explain as we go along. And at the end, I'll take out 3 advice cards from this, one for your person, one for you, and one for your connection. All right. So let's begin. Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Swords, the Hermit, the Page of Swords, the 4 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. All right, pile number 2. The way they receive love is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, luck, Sagittarius. All right. If I'm not mistaken, it is Sagittarius, not just Temperance, but yes. So the way they receive love is through spontaneity, spontaneous gestures. And this could be embracing all 5 love languages. You know, they could inadvertently give you a hug, or they like surprises. There's someone who likes surprises. They like gifts, receiving as well as giving gifts. This could be a very important love language for your person. Now, as I mentioned in pile number 1, this is your person and this is you. However, when I go along, if you find that you resonate more with this side than this side, then you can switch energies. All right. But for the convenience of the reading, this side is for your person and this side is for you. All right. So your person likes to give and receive gifts. They like surprises of different types. It could even be in the physical aspect, but it is all about spontaneity for your person. This is how they like to receive love. And as I mentioned earlier, we give love in the way that we want to receive it. All right. So this is what you need to keep in mind, pile number 2. Now for you, you get the 9 of Swords. Now the 9 of Swords talks about a person who's caught in their heads, right? There's a lot of sword energy here. Here later on also you get the Queen of Swords. Here you have the Page of Swords. So it seems to me that you have a lot of air in your charts, all right? So with this particular image, what I get is that pile number 2, you are the kind of person who overthinks things, and you make scenarios in your mind for whatever happened during the day. All right. And you are the kind of person who actually needs words of affirmation a lot, and you need quality time. All right. You need someone to talk to. You need to be able to discuss things and be extremely clear about everything. Otherwise, you go into this mode. So you are someone who may or may not be very happy with spontaneity, but even if there is something spontaneous, at the end of the day you need a whole lot of time for yourself, someone to spend quality time, and someone to use words of affirmation for you, tell you what they feel about you, about the connection, make comfort you with words. All right. So how should they understand your love language to be able to help you? And they get the Hermit. So this is a card of self-reflection. So your partner should be able to go within some more. Maybe they are little playful energy, or even if they have serious side to them or a philosophical side to them, or they see you know your point of view for what it is, they generally perhaps a little playful and they don't like to sit down for serious discussions, but they need to reflect on how their playful attitude gives the impression that perhaps they're not so serious. So this is something they need to work on. And as far as you understanding their love language is concerned, you get the Page of Swords. It is possible that you tend to keep tabs on this person, because this is the spy card, right? So maybe you do not trust your person so much because they seem so spontaneous, you don't know whether they're serious about you. You don't even know whether, they seem so happy-go-lucky, and maybe they interact with everybody and they just, are generally so playful that you have your doubts about whether they are really serious about this connection. So it is possible that you keep tabs on them, and you are being asked to stop this tendency if you have one. You instead of keeping tabs on them, it is always appreciated that you actually speak to them and tell them how they feel about the connection. Tell them that you need to speak to them about this connection, because when you're keeping tabs, it's basically you're sending the message that you don't really trust the other person, right? So instead of doing that in these ways which serve no purpose, it's better you have a discussion with them and let them know how you feel. All right? And how are they supposed to work on their love language to be able to express better with you? And they get the Four of Cups, which is exactly what's happening right now in their situation. By the looks of it, is that they are comfortable, they are completely comfortable in who they are. So what they don't look at the cup of love that is being offered to them, because they are just so, it's like they're a free spirit. All right? And sometimes what happens is, if love comes and right in front of them and whacks them with a club, they won't see it, because they are very happy with themselves. And this is something they need to work upon. They need to be a little more present if they want to be in a relationship. Otherwise, they should not want to be in a relationship, right? But if they have chosen the fact that they want to be in a relationship with you, then they have to be a little apathetic to things that are a little less apathetic to the things around them, and they have to actually be involved a little more. And this is the message for them. And how can you work on your love language to improve your relationship? You get the Seven of Pentacles. So what you're being asked to see is to see how your relation, to go back and see that in your relationship up till now, how have things been? Have they actually, they are the kind of people who like to receive surprises, so do they make you happy? Have they been giving you surprises too? Why is it that you're still in this relationship? This is something you need to reflect on. And if you really find that it is just their personality that they are like that, but they have actually made you happy, and that is why you're sticking on, and there is reason to stick in this relationship because they have made you happy. It's just that they don't give you quality time. So this is something that you have to decide upon. Do you want this connection or not? And if you find that yes, they have been showing their love in their own way, and it is endearing, and you would like to carry on with this, but you want to be a little serious, you reflect on that so that you are able to express that to them later on. Now, what is something that both of you need to be conscious about? And you get the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles is about someone juggling two coins. So, it's possible that they are free-spirited and they don't discuss things, and they're all over the place. And in your case, you are totally in your head. And what you both are asked to be conscious of is to also look at the other person. It's pile number one got the Two of Swords, and now you get the Two of Pentacles. So it's all about balance. If you look at it, it's all about balance. When we're talking about relationships, that's what it's all about, isn't it? You have to give your 50-50. Now, when we're talking about love languages, we come from different backgrounds. We are different people with different personalities. We are shown love and affection in different ways by our families. So our way of loving each other may be completely different, right? But when you recognize that, and with this reading, if you're here, you've got reason to believe that there are different love languages, and perhaps you both see things very differently, and you need to balance that out. Being an air sign myself, I believe the best way to speak, the best way to deal with anything is to speak it out. Just say it as it is and just finish with it. But I find that there are people who are not very comfortable with talking, but somewhere down the line, if you don't say it as it is, people just may not get your message. There are some people who can just pick up on energy, they can just pick up on with your body language. They know what you're feeling. One subtle hint is enough for them to feel there's something off. And there are some people that you got to actually spell it out in black and white, otherwise they just don't get it. It's not that they're faking it, they're just wired that way. So pile number 2, you're asked, you and your partner, to actually see whether this connection is important for both of you. If it is important for both of you and you are committed to this relationship, then it is not such a big deal to try and understand the other person's love language. All right. So something they can do to express their wants and needs towards you, and they get the 6 of Wands. Now 6 of Wands is a person, sometimes it is a person who's projecting that they are very recognized by everybody and very popular, or sometimes they actually are. So in this case, with this Wheel of Fortune here and the kind of spirit your person is, they are the kind of people who like to have a lot of people, interacting with a lot of people. They like people looking up to them. They like being popular. All right, this looks like fire energy, big time fire energy. Yes, with the King of Wands, 6 of Wands, and Wheel of Fortune, there is a lot of fire and a bit of earth as well in this person's charts, while you have also a bit of earth but a lot of air here. All right, so ideally this should be a perfect connection if you just work on your love language. So this person, what they can do is to actually tell you that they need to interact with a lot of people. You might be the person who's just comfortable with just being you and them, right? Since you've got a lot of air in your charts. But they must be somebody who likes a lot of people. And you can't just because you are the way you are, you can't expect them to just give up all their interests, right? So they have to actually come out and tell you this. And now that you've got this reading, you know this about them, that they need people to be able to share their energy. Maybe they are very, very energetic people. They like to share their ideas with many people. They like to have a lot of good laughs. So if they have their share of fun with people, they can also thereafter give you that much time that you need. And this is something that you really got to discuss with them. And how can you express your wants and needs better? And you get the 8 of Pentacles. So what you're being advised to do in this case is that if you are a person who does not like interacting with so many people like this person here does, but you are someone who is passionate about your craft, so you can make a healthy compromise that, while they go out socializing and meeting the whole lot of people, if you feel uncomfortable in that situation, you use up that time. Maybe one or time you can go with them and have fun with them, and on other times you just let them go alone. But you can't say that I don't like doing it, so you shouldn't do that either, because that would be unfair, right? It takes 2 hands to clap. So you can accompany them when they go out socializing once in a while, and on other times let them understand that you're not stopping them. Let them go, and you can work on something that makes you happy and that is fulfilling for you. All right. And how can they be more open to receiving love? And they get the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands is a very passionate king. He's warm, he's a visionary, and he can be very playful, but he can be dominating as well. But generally, this person is magnanimous. All right. So now when they are giving you surprises and gifts, somewhere they would want you to do the same for them. And this is something that you need to recognize. So maybe their ego is so much that they don't tell you that, well, I have given you something, I keep giving you little surprises, but you never seem to appreciate or reciprocate in that manner. And you might be thinking that I give you so much of time and I ask you about your escapades and where all you've gone and what all you've done, and I give you so much time, but you never give me time, you never listen to what I have to say. So in this case, this is what you're being asked to do, to see how they express their love. And they should step down from the ego and actually tell you that, so that you are able to gift them or surprise them in different ways. It doesn't have to be a physical gift. It could be anything. For people who love surprises, any little gesture which they're not expecting at that time, if you just do it, it just actually increases their energy in an instant. It's just like, wow, someone actually surprised me, and it makes them really, really happy. So you do that one or two acts of kindness, and the King of Wands here is an extremely generous person. You will find that they understand your needs better, and they try and help you with that. And see what you get. You get the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is Libra energy. How can you be more open to receiving love? You've got to keep your, Librans are extremely diplomatic, but you rub them the wrong way, or if they feel that they are not given that attention or that affection that they need, they can actually cut you down to size. All right. So if they find that you're having a lot of fun outside, but when you come home, you don't have time to spend with them, they can actually cut you with their words. They can make you feel terrible with their words. They won't speak too much, but whatever they say would be enough to spoil all the fun that you've had and you've come back home, right? So how pile number 2, you are being asked to actually express your need for conversation, for quality time. And your person needs surprises, needs that spontaneity element very much in their lives. So if you both can understand this about one another, it will actually help your fire and air and earth. These are very, very, fire and air, very compatible energies. All right. So you just need to understand one another better. And once you realize each other's love languages, your relationship is going to really blossom. And now we'll do 3 shuffles and take out 3 cards. One is advice for your person, one is advice for you, and one is advice for the 2 of you. All right. So here's the card for your person, for you, and for your connection. They get love is all around. All right. This is the Nightingale spirit. And what do you get? Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. Now this is ideally what they are. The fire energy, the Leo energy here. Be generous of spirit. So this is what spirit is trying to tell you. And tell them. They're trying to tell them that there is love all around, So if they go and have fun with everybody outside, what they need to understand is there is a whole lot of love here waiting right beside them to give it to them, if they just allow themselves to be a little more open and try and understand you a little better. And in your case, they're trying to tell you to be a little more generous of spirit. Try and understand that this person likes to meet people, so allow them to do so. And they like surprises, so you can go out of your way to make them feel special. All right. So just step out of your ego, both of you, and just look at each other with love. Obviously, we've come together. There is something there, right? That's why you are in it. So you might as well put in that effort. And both of you are wonderful people, but it's just that your interests are different and you've not been able to express it to one another. And look at that. That's such a beautiful energy. And I'm sure your person will agree with it completely, and you need to loosen up a bit. You get the sandpiper spirit, which says be playful. So they are already in their playful energy. You need to loosen up a little bit, pile number 2, so that you can meet them halfway. All right. And finally, every relationship is all about compromise, it's equal give and take. But if you know exactly what the other person wants, it becomes a lot simpler, a lot easier, and a lot more fun. So that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope you can iron out your love languages with one another, so that you have a happy, playful connection and a lot of quality time between the two of you, all right? So, and if this reading resonated, please do consider giving it a like, share, comment, or subscribe if you are called to do so. Now we're coming to pile number 3, those who chose the Mystic Mondays Tarot. I will lay down your cards and explain as we go along. At the end of the reading, we'll take out 3 cards from the Spirit Animal Oracle, one for your person, one for you, and one for your connection. So let me lay down your cards. We begin with the beautiful Star, the Princess of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, interesting, the Six of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, oh, wow, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. All right. Pile number 3. Before we begin, let me tell you, the cards on the left represent your person, the cards on the right represent you. However, as the reading progresses, if you feel that you can identify more with this person on this side and you feel your person identifies more with the person on this side, you can always switch. These are all energies, all right, that we are talking about. Okay, so the way that your person receives love, and you get the Star card, which tells me this is Aquarius energy. It may not be, but it's very strong because the Star card is the card of the Aquarius. So if they are not Aquarius, they can have strong Aquarius in the chart or air in their chart, all right? So this person is someone who actually shines. They stand out of the crowd, they're unique in their own way, and they have a lot of people who look up to them. And the way they receive love is may look detached to you, all right, but they feel the need to be of help or to be there for the larger good, right? This is Aquarian energy. So the way they receive love or the way they give love is not just to one person in particular, but while they can give you love and they are very committed in a relationship, it is possible that your person is someone who would like to share their love with everybody else. And that may not go down well with you, all right, if you don't see it that way. Like if you give all your energy and all your love to this one person and you expect a whole lot to come to you as well, and you find that they are giving you their attention to you as well as to so many other causes, and you feel that they're not giving you enough, this is something that we'll come to later on, but this is the way they give and receive love, all right? They want to be there for everybody, and this may come as a bit of a problem because not everybody wants to be treated as everybody. You want to feel special, right? And with this Princess of Wands here, the way you receive love, this is while theirs is an air sign, this is definitely fire, and I can see there's more fire here with the Six of Wands, all right? So in your case, you are somebody who's passionate, and you like receiving passionate messages. You like possibly you like physical touch. You like receiving gifts. This is very Leonine kind of energy, all right? You are extremely passionate about self, about things which are closer to you than the larger picture, unlike the person on your mind. All right. So how can they understand your love language better, so that they can you know, be in this a little more? And they get the 10 of Pentacles. So your idea of home and family and what you need to have is something that they have to understand, and that's why they get the 10 of Pentacles. You are a person who feels who has a very strong sense of family, who wants to have, you know, everything, these little kids, a nice home, security, a lot of money, that little dog, nice white fence, everything. And you are extremely invested in this kind of a life, and this is something that they have to see, because they are not restricted to family. They are thinking about the universe, they're thinking about the world, not just your country, but they're thinking about the world at large, how to save Mother Earth, how to think about the universe. When they've got ideas like that, they have to actually bring it down, and they're all in their head, and you are in 3D reality, and they need to tone their thinking down. And this is what they're being advised to do, to try and understand that before they can think about the world at large, charity begins at home. So this is where they have to actually put in their efforts before they start opening out on a wider scale. And how can you understand their love languages to help you? And you get the 6 of Wands. Now, if you've got Leonine energy, then you also know that you like to stand out in the crowd. You like that success. You like being celebrated. You like being victorious. So you understand it from that point of view, that people are hailing you and they see what you do. And what you need to understand, if this is your requirement to be able to shine, for people to look up to you for whatever you are, then this is where you're being asked to consider that just like you like it this way, they have different use of it. They may not want to be applauded by the whole world, but they have this innate need of wanting to do things for the whole world. All right, it is for their own satisfaction that they need to do it. And if you can understand your need to want to shine, then you should be able to use the same kind of logic and think about your partner and their need to be there for everybody around them as well. All right, now how can they work on their own love language so that they can, ease out their relationship with you? And they get the 2 of Pentacles. So they are being asked to compromise. This is the message for them, that they can give their all to the world after they've given enough at home. Life is all about balance. They can't be all in their head. They are finally in 3D, and they have a 3D reality to match. If they want to be in a relationship and they feel this warmth of this connection, then they have to be able to give in towards this connection just as much as they are willing to give the rest of the world. And if they can tell themselves that, well, this connection is also a part of this beautiful world that they're making for everybody else, you are very much a part of that world, right? So you have to get your share of all this benevolence and all this large-heartedness as well. So this is something that they have to work on. And what do you have to work on? On your love language, you get the 2 of Wands here, more Wands energy. You need to also understand that just like you have your own life, which is all about you, and you have a vision to move ahead, all right, with this 2 of Wands, you have a choice, you have a vision also, not just for yourself, but also for what you want, your family and things like that. You want to also maybe just your personal self as well as your career, say. Same way, you're supposed to understand that they also have another requirement, right? It's all about balance for you as well. You can have a vision for yourself on a smaller scale, your personal goals, maybe the way you look and the way you dress and the money that you earn, as well as a requirement for, say, having the 6 of Wands, being recognized by the public, being a little more than just what's there within the family. So you recognize that, and you got to recognize that they have a similar need as well. And when you put yourself in their shoes, then you can understand. It's just that you come from a more passionate and self-driven kind of way, like, which is a passionate new beginning, and creative kind of way. They come from a more philanthropic kind of way. They have the need to want to give and to work for the larger picture, well, I mean a larger cause. All right, now what is something that you both need to be conscious about? And you get the Six of Swords. What you both need to be conscious about is that you both have strong personalities, you both have strong opinions. All right, but what you don't seem to realize, it may be the way you're communicating to one another. Finally, you both want expansion. You both want it in different ways, but you're both looking for expansion. You're both looking for your own self-actualization, as well as to be able to go beyond your limited world, right? So their priority is first to consolidate that immediate world, while you are thinking of a larger, your person is thinking of a larger picture, right? So what you need to do is, first of all, recognize whether this connection is important to you. If you find that this connection is important to you, which it tells me that it is, then you both need to work towards calmer waters. You need to compromise. You need to understand what each of you desires, and you need to respect each other's wishes, wants, needs. And it's better, you might be a person who likes to be taken out on dates or be given gifts and things like that, and they are the kind of person who likes, say, charity, and they like reading, they like being on their own. So this is something you need to recognize, you need to discuss, and come to common ground, so that you can move to calmer waters. Otherwise there would be a lot of arguments when you get to be with each other, which is not very helpful, right? So what can they do to express their wants and need better? And they get the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is about arguments, or difference of opinion. So this could be within themselves, about their heart and their head. All right, so this is something that they have to work on, is to tell you without riling you, or without putting you off, to be able to do it without, say, needling you or being sarcastic. If they can just tell you, that this is important to me, and I would like it if you could understand it, because this connection means something to me. If they can say it sincerely without the typical sarcastic humor that air signs can have, then maybe things can move forward. All right, and what can you do, pile number 3, to express your needs better? You get the Five of Cups. So in this particular scenario, what I'm getting is, while they express themselves, while by using dry humor, or saying something which will irritate you, or you feel that they're speaking condescendingly, maybe, or belittlingly to you, they just kind of rile you with their words. And you, on the other hand, what you do is, when you're trying to express your needs, you usually play victim. All right, I know you wouldn't want to hear that. There's no judgment I'm passing. I'm just reading the cards as it is coming to me. All right, so you need to get past this energy, and so do they. So you need to just speak how you feel without additional drama on your side, pile number 3, and they need to cut out this insensitive, what they find extremely funny, which is not very funny, kind of way they articulate and speak to you about what they want. All right, if you can actually keep your egos, your tones, body language, etc. out, and just speak to each other as to what you really need, this is a beautiful connection. As I said in the previous pile, I think air and fire get along very well, but they need to compromise, just like everybody else does, in fact. But there's fire can't do without air, right? Fire needs air, and the air likes the warmth that fire provides. So this is actually a very win-win kind of a situation between air and fire. but things can go bad and very fast, because fire, you could make out, is, it's something that is so fiery. It can just blow up in your face anytime. And air can go extremely cold, and just put out that fire by just going away or just blowing down the fire, right? So if you don't get the balance right, it's difficult to carry on with this relationship. So this is very important for you to know what makes each of you tick. And this is something which is very basic in your personality, so you can't change yourself for the other person. And I do not recommend someone changing completely for the other person, because you are both unique in your own way, and you have to come to a compromise, not change yourselves. All right. Now, how can they be more open to receiving love? And they get the beautiful Ace of Pentacles. So your person is being asked to accept new beginnings, new beginnings with you. Maybe you have an offer to give them, and they're just not being, they haven't been open to it in the past, because they've got set way of thinking. Now again, if you have Aquarius energy here, it's a fixed sign. They bring about change, but they themselves are extremely fixed. So it takes time for them to accept new opportunities, but they are being asked to do that, to see this, have a fresh start in this relationship by seeing things a little differently. And how can you, my dear Pile 3s, be more open in this relationship? And you get the Eight of Pentacles. So you've got a lot of working to do in this relationship as well. It's not just them. You got to understand their needs and, tailor things that way, so that they don't really feel that you're just bringing them out of their headspace and straight away putting them into 3D. But you need to know. And the way fire signs are, or people with a lot of fire in the charts are, they're generally warm and they're generally extremely perceptive. It's just that sometimes ego comes into the way, and they can get angry and fiery very fast. But if they can actually just tell themselves, they're extremely reasonable people, and they can understand where the other person's needs are coming from. Now, air signs take a while before they actually, they're so caught in their head that before they can realize your feelings and process it and respond, you'll already be frustrated by them. But they do take some time, so give them some more time, because air signs can be extremely loyal, extremely affectionate, but they need to get out of their headspace. So this is where you both need to work on. All right. And now I'll give you some cards from advice cards from Spirit after 3 shuffles. We'll take out one card for your person, one card for you, and one card for both of you. All right. They get hummingbird. Be here now. How appropriate. They're always in their head. So they're being asked by Spirit to be here and now. Be present in the now. And by they being present, they can give you that attention and affection that you seek. The fact is, they're always in their head, and that is why they're not able to give you. They're thinking about the larger picture, but they're not thinking about what is immediate, what is there in front of them, and they're being asked to be here now so that they can address that. And you get the Cow Spirit, which says the miracles are endless. So what Spirit is trying to tell you is that, well, you can actually get them to understand your 3D reality and be present and give you all that you need and make you this happy looking cow with so many flowers all around. All right. And what do you both get? Wow. Porcupine Spirit, which says time for the beginner mind, which goes with this Ace of Pentacles here. All right. You need a fresh start. Pile number 3. So you both are wonderful people, and you have commitment towards this relationship, but the way you talk to each other needs to change. All right. Pile number 3, you need to cut down playing victim bit. I mean, I'm not judging you, but it's just what's coming out in the cards, right? So you need to tone down the drama a bit, and they definitely need to tone down their sarcasm and the cutting remarks that they have. All right, and you have to begin afresh. It Your person is requested to be in the present a little more so that they can be in the connection. Otherwise, very often you might feel alone in this connection. All right, so I just wish you luck, pile number 3, and I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please do comment, like, share, subscribe if you choose to do so. All right, and if you like the content, then please let me know. I'll come up with things like this a little more. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you, my dear seekers. I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. And till next time, stay good, be happy. Bye.